The Talmud is, and you're not supposed to, the Goyim are not supposed to understand it, but what it really is a series of debates with the rabbis and God. So originally the rabbis didn't have power, but when the first temple was destroyed, the Jews were expelled, they had nowhere to go, and so they had no power. So then the rabbis became almost like they became the deities, right? And so their arguments with God, and really they're trying to channel with energy, that became the base of the Talmud, which became, that was like 1,500 years after the Torah.
That's another thing, bro, which the Quran actually explicitly criticizes.
What does it say?
It says, اتخذوا أحبارهم ورهبانهم أربابا من دون الله. They took their priests and their rabbis as gods beside God, bro.
That's exactly what it is today.
Yeah, because how do you, so this guy called Ali ibn Hadi, Ali ibn Adi, is it Adi? Ali ibn Adi, yeah, I think Ali ibn Adi. He was a companion of the Prophet. He said, I was a Jew before, because a lot of Jews convert to Islam. He said, I used to be a Jew, but we didn't actually used to consider our rabbis to be God in that sense. So the Prophet responded, he said to them, but did he not make lawful what was unlawful? And did your rabbis not make unlawful what was lawful?
Rabbi Shmuel is selling dildos, kosher dildos with his daughter.
Exactly, bro. Probably doing more. Sorry to say. Sorry than that. But so the point is that he's making lawful what's unlawful, unlawful what's lawful. That is in itself a kind of worship. That is in itself a kind of veneration at the level of only God is sovereign for that.
It's true. You're giving attributes of the Creator and actions of the Creator to humans, right? That's the way to explain it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's the thing, bro. Like, you find that these people, Jewish theology is filled with loopholes and filled with an attempt to try and circumnavigate the divine laws, bro.
Isn't that what a large portion of the Talmud is? Is it's taking a commandment from God originally in the Torah, and then just rabbis debating over it?
Because their major test was, and everybody faced this test, is when they were expelled and they were slaves. They were like, okay, we're chosen. And my interpretation is they were chosen to spread the word of God. The way like the companions and the Prophet Muhammad were chosen, the language was Arabic, but he specified that no Arab is superior to another. So yes, that language was chosen, and these people were chosen, but it's not superior, just as this is where it was revealed. The Jews were originally chosen to spread monotheism. They were faced a test, and then they failed. So once they were slaves, they're like, wait, we're chosen, then why are we facing all this hardship? And so instead of trying to overcome that test, they become arrogant, and they reject, and then the adaptation starts.
That's correct. That's exactly the Quranic story of what happened with these individuals.
So when because you'll see other people that hate Islam, they'll burn the Quran and they'll do things. We revere, or we respect the Torah and the Bible as also books of God.
We say like the Bible, we believe that parts of it have been corrupted.
Right, but the Torah is still
even
intact.
The Torah, parts of it has been corrupted.
So
because the Torah is essentially the first 5 books of the Old Testament. That's what they consider it to be.
But how does the original Torah differentiate from the Quran if it follows pure monotheism? Before adaptation?
So there are lots of things. So for like as an example, right, it says that like the Quran corrects some of the things that are mentioned in the first 5 books of the Old Testament as we know it today.
Like
as
the
an
stories.
example. Some of the stories, but as a clear example, it says in the book of Genesis, in the first page of the Bible, that God rested on the 7th day. And God in the Quran says, He is the one who created the heavens and the earth, and وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنْ. He was not tired. He didn't get tired from it. He didn't rest. So the point is that there's a conscientious correction happening from the Quran to that. So that indicates that there's clearly, even in the Torah that we have today, the supposed Torah that we have today, there are aspects of that which we consider to be corrupted. Like that, like Lot having sex with his daughters. I mean, look, that's probably where these Franks got it from. Lot in the Bible is meant to have had sex with his own daughter. He's a prophet. Why is he having sex with his daughters for? Some of the prophets like Solomon,
impregnating them too, not just having sex, impregnating them. Yeah.
So this kind of stuff, the Quran completely negates that. You know what I mean? Like what David is doing, and the adultery, and all this stuff is absolutely unthinkable.
So basically what he's trying to say is, yes, they believe in God, but what do they believe about God? We believe in the oneness of God. They believe in the oneness of God, but they believe God got tired. They believe God can be out-wrestled by His creation. You know what I mean? That they believe God makes mistakes. So we believe in the one God, but what they believe about the one God is incorrect.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm trying to say? Absolutely. And that's why the Quran is here to correct all the mistakes.
Perfect.